Good morning, everyone. What is a golden kappa train? People are subscribing. That's good. Thank you for doing that. Millie Cat is baby and Walt the Wizard. There's .meow Foundation stream right now, so I don't know what that is. You should be here. What am I going to tell you to go away? No, come here, watch my stream. Hey, thank you for the gift sub. It's a bit of a special episode. This is going to be the final Philosophy Friday in this house. That's right, I won't be doing anything in this house after this Sunday. I'm moving all my stream equipment up into LA proper. Thought you'd moved already? No. I have successfully, we have successfully found an apartment. It was, not nearly as bad as the last time, but we found some shit. We found some good shit. I now have a wonderful home in, like, LA proper, not just the LA metro area. Like, I already technically live in LA, but this is, this is, like, real-ass LA. It's nice. I'm excited. Once I'm all settled in, once I've got Miss Mechthild all moved up, like we're getting the truck this Sunday. Aren't the legal boundaries of LA proper a completely batshit zigzag? Yeah, it's kind of like New York and New York City, where it's like New York is big as fuck. But LA County is fucking massive, and basically anything in LA County is still kind of LA. Like, there's no real boundaries between things that are in LA and not in LA. So LA just kind of keeps going. But, like, the part of LA that I'm in, it's like I'm around all the recognizable LA landmarks, like Hollywood Boulevard and Melrose Avenue and shit. Like, I've already said, but you can see the Griffith Observatory from my apartment. People were like, oh man, CT, don't dox yourself. You can see it from most of downtown LA. Like, literally several million people see this every day. So yeah, this will be the CT Observatory. Well, I'm observing it, so it's the CT Observatory now. But once I'm settled in, I would like to stream more. This has been a crazy busy couple months. I know I haven't been streaming all that much, but I've been working real hard on some shit I don't want to, like, talk about too much because I don't want a big things are coming post. But it's been I'm back to work on the Wizard book manuscript. That's basically going to be the next several Philosophy Friday streams. I'd like to bump up the streams to twice a week if possible. Yeah, I'm very excited. Very excited. It'll be fun. It'll be fun. My my landlord is a very nice old Ukrainian man who did not ask for a credit check, which hell fucking yeah. Oh, I should, like, jump into the Discord so you guys can see my little guy. There I am. Ugh. Got CT on the orb. All is right in the world. I made some omu rice for breakfast. That shit was good. The credit check was vibes. Yeah, the credit check was vibes. But he clearly likes us, and it's the rest of the people in my building are, like, old Ukrainian people. It's shockingly quiet for the part of LA that I'm in. Like, ridiculously quiet. I'm excited. I'm excited. It's also nervous. Like I've been packing basically my entire life this week, and I feel a bit strange about like packing up my entire life. It definitely feels different than the last time I did it because it was like the last time I moved closer into LA proper, it was like under some pretty insane circumstances. Like my one of my friends was like homeless and like sleeping in my room. And so we had literally like a month to find a place with basically no budget. And it was like down to the wire. We got an apartment on Halloween night. And that apartment fucking sucked. I looked up like reviews of my old apartment, and literally the first image for them on Yelp is like a bathtub full of poop water. And the caption is like, bathtub filled with sewage water again. And like, yeah, that the water at that apartment broke like every week. Yeah, no, it was so okay, this apartment was like Mediterranean themed. It had all these like palm trees and water fixtures and shit, but they had been put in back in like the 50s by a bunch of drunk subcontractors. So like all these water features and fountains and shit were like part of the foundation of the complex, and they were all leaking and breaking because the ceramic pipes just fucking exploded. So they were constantly doing like work on the sewage. And so every couple days there'd just be an enormous pool of sewage water just like in the parking lot or like in some random part of the apartment. It was awful. Yeah, my roommate's car got stolen. People kept breaking into the lockers because they didn't pay any security. Yeah, it really was authentic Mediterranean imperial decline. My new place is much nicer. It's definitely a little more expensive, but like, who cares? Who cares? There were like families and shit living in that old place. No, I'm really excited to live in this new place. But I'm weirdly proud of the fact that I can fit my entire life into like the back of a Sprinter van. I'm proud of like not having many material possessions. I think that's cool. But also it feels weird to be like, okay, pack up your entire life. Because it's like a drive from where I'm currently living. It's not like it's also going to be real interesting navigating a Sprinter van through the part of LA that I'm in. The roads are not wide. My only other problem is that Miss Meggie gets car sick. I need to call the vet today and get, like, sedatives for her. Poor little lady. Because she will not be comfortable on a drive up to LA, so she's going to stay here for a little bit. I'm going to have to drive down and come get her. Thought you had a big physical library. I do have a big physical library. It is currently being packed into several... I learned my fucking lesson, Lily Watergrave. I am packing my research library into several smaller plastic tins, like plastic bins, so that I can actually fucking hold them, because I forget that books are made of wood, and wood is fucking heavy. And I'm not going to bring my entire research library with me. There's a lot here that are just kind of like weird self-help books from the 70s that I picked up at a used bookstore for $1 and shit. But all the rare and valuable occult texts I'm taking with me. I'm trying to consolidate it down to one shelf. I have 2 bookshelves at the moment. There's just a lot of miscellaneous crap. Sprinter van is 50% books by volume. I wish there was a version of a mattress that could fit in the back of like a normal car. What is a hype chest? Okay. You want to brag? You got a signed copy of Lux Heresis at an original sale price. Wow. Was it Riley that got some like crazy? Riley also got some like crazy shit recently, but that's awesome. That's insane. Have you had any yummy yet, CT? Yeah, I made some omu rice for breakfast. I've been making green smoothies. Okay. I have a whole rant about this green smoothie shit because I did not fuck with green smoothies for the longest time, but. Okay, one of my friends is like a marathon runner. I recently went up to visit them up in Portland, and they make, like, they told me about this green slop they drink every fucking day, and it was like, that's insane that you drink this every day. It was like a portion of kale, a portion of spinach, a half portion of peas, and then a double portion of, like, frozen mango. And I was like, there's no way that's good. But... So I've been getting more into exercising and shit. I've been going to the gym every day. I've been actually I got weighed at the doctor's office the other day. I lost 15 pounds in 3 months. That's fucking crazy. Like, that was genuinely shocking to me. I did not think I was doing that much, but it's like I go to the gym like 3-4 times a week. No, it's like because of my a medical condition I have, my joints are prone to hyperflexibility. So for the longest time, it was really hard for me to build muscle because I couldn't lift weights. Like my stabilizer muscles would sprain like instantly if I tried to do anything. So it took me like a year of going slow, building up stabilizers to the point where I don't fucking sprain my wrists every time I try to use a bench press machine. Like, even doing low weights on a machine would sprain my wrists and my shoulders. But it's gotten to the point where I can actually put on muscle, and that's like, I was not expecting to drop weight this fast. It's kind of crazy. And I have a family history of heart disease, so I gotta, like, pay more attention to, like, what I'm eating and exercising and shit. So I'm like, it makes me incredibly happy. But part of this has been, like... just consuming like 3 protein shakes every day. Like, the amount of protein your body needs is fucking crazy. Like, to hit the minimum FDA recommended dose of protein every day, it's like 2 of these protein shakes. It's like 40 grams. And I'm working out. I'm exercising and building muscle, so I need 3 of them. I need 60 grams. So the main 3 things your body needs are basically, in order, it's like folates, protein, and carbs. And folates are the shit in leafy green vegetables, like dark greens. And it's like fiber. But it's also, my brother was telling me that, like, chemically, it's basically it's a really common building material in your body. Like, basically all of your cells use it to, like, stay alive and build new cells and maintain existing cells. So you need a shitload of it. So I was like, okay, I might need to, like, maybe I'll try my friend's weird green smoothie. I tried it. I don't usually fuck with green smoothies. It was pretty good. I had that thing where it's like, have you ever, like, not had any salt for like 2 days and then you eat something salty and you're like, oh my god, this is the most amazing thing I've ever had in my life. I felt that way drinking this green slop, this grink. So I've started reproducing said grink for myself. And let me tell you, I am pooping different. But also, I just generally feel better. Especially now that I'm consuming insane amounts of protein every day. But, drop the green slop recipe. Okay, it's basically what I just said earlier. It's like, basically a cup of kale, cup of spinach, half cup of peas, and then like 2 cups of frozen mango, and then like squeeze in half a lemon, and then if you still want some sweetness, you do some dates. Ever had an avocado milkshake? I have. They're very fatty. Like, avocado meat is like straight, it's like good lipids, like it's not cholesterol, but it's just like straight fat. But and after trying this, I was immediately like, this reminds me of one of my favorite Indian dishes. It reminded me of saag paneer. Are we talking about diet and exercise? Yup. Sanity, you can come hang out if you want. Um, yeah, we're talking about diet and exercise. But this green smoothie, I was like, okay. What if I make an Indian curry base and then add the green smoothie into it to basically just make saag paneer? Because it's like a yeah. Because it's basically just spinach into it. It's like spinach and nuts into a curry base, and it was. I tried it. It was fucking delicious. It made really good saag paneer. It made like good sweet saag paneer because it had all of the yummy like mango in it. Oh my god, it was like, because okay, here's kind of what changed my opinion of here's what changed my opinion of like green smoothies was fucking, I realized like, okay, I shouldn't be expecting a fruity drink. This is not a smoothie. This is a gazpacho. This is a cold soup that I'm consuming. Hi, Sanity.
Hello, perverts.
Hello. We're talking about diet and exercise and how I think I mentioned this earlier, but like I got weighed at the doctor the other day. I lost 15 pounds in 3 months.
Wow, intentionally?
No, just like from working out regularly.
Well, like, is that a good thing? Were you
Yeah,
underweight and then you lost a whole bunch of weight?
It's a good thing.
Yay!
Yeah, I'm crazy excited.
That's awesome.
No, I'm really excited.
Especially since I know you're eating like good food too. Like you eat a lot of like fiber and like varied types of protein.
Yeah.
Like,
I've been I've also been talking about my new green smoothie meta. I've been just chugging folates to get that shit into my body.
very intelligent, and a smoothie is a very good way to get those in. So long as you can like stomach it in terms of tasty.
See, that's my thing. It's like, my thought is that this is not, I can't think of it like a smoothie, because I think if you think of it like a smoothie, you're like, oh man, this smoothie tastes like grass and bitter yucky. But if you conceptualize it as a cold soup, like a gazpacho, it goes from like, oh, I'm drinking a yucky smoothie to, I'm drinking something kind of like salsa verde, and I love salsa verde.
See, I'm the opposite, because whenever I'm drinking my smoothie, I go from like, this is a yummy smoothie to like, this is a pill. Like, this is something that like, it tastes better than a pill does, and it does better for me than like taking a fiber pill or whatever the fuck it is.
Yeah.
I think that something that I have, what's it called? I go to Wegmans, and they have like a frozen, just like circles of kale, banana, then like 2 other like heavy like fiber things. And I do that with a little bit of like fruits, and then I put a lot of lemon juice in there.
Yup.
And the lemon juice really lightens it up and makes it taste more like a citrusy smoothie than it does like I'm just like drinking a salad.
Yup. See, my thought is like, I might try blending fucking like some onion, some tomato, some cucumber into this, make it kind of like a pico de gallo flavor palette.
Oh.
This feels like an extremely 30s coded convo. Literally, this is pure pushing 30 shit, is like getting excited about like proper nutrition and your stomach not hurting all the time.
The thing with like, I've been like this since I was like 14 though. Like I've always been about like different like foods, and that's why I've always had the like thing about me that like every food is a potion, because it kind of is. Like if you're deficient in something and then you start being undeficient in that thing due to the type of foods that you eat, and you're tapped into your body, every food can be a potion.
Exactly.
Also, just have a little love in your heart. It's okay.
Right. Treat your body nice. But I was like shocked at how much weight I lost just by like working out 3 times a week and building muscle finally.
Yeah, which is also interesting because when you are first starting to lift, like power lift, or well, not power, but like exercise with resistance training, I guess is the better phrase for it. It's like basically the only time in your life where you're able to put on muscle and lose weight at the same time.
Right.
And like, in my mind, that's like the most motivating thing of all time. Of like, it's the best of all worlds. I look as good as a human possibly can. I've surpassed mortal flesh.
Right.
I'm going to become something entirely new.
I'm going to become a beautiful Adonis if I just keep doing this for another year.
Exactly. Yeah.
But
It-
from what I understand, at a certain point, it's like you're gonna kind of plateau, and then you need to start like bulking and cutting.
yeah. You will, whenever you're talking about like fitness and stuff, you always get into plateaus.
Mm-hmm.
And once you get into them, then it's usually time to change up your schedule a little bit or take it a little bit more strictly or kind of like that sort of stuff.
Mm-hmm.
Not that you necessarily have to, because there's 2 points to it too. The first point is like I'm working out to get to a specific body goal. Like I want to look like Chris Pratt in Marvel's Avengers Endgame or
Mm-hmm.
whatever.
Drink no
And like
water.
I'm gonna drink no water and I'm just gonna feel the sickest a human possibly can. Um, you can, if you want to do that, then you do have to do a lot of research and like continuously keep shifting stuff around. Um, but to Kamsub's point, like you can also just like hit a plateau, and then if you enjoy where your body is or like you're getting the health results you want, you can just chill. Like you've as long as you continue like the healthy things that you've been doing and like those like new traits that you've kind of like pulled on, then it's good. You also, depending on like what the thing is, you also can just break through a plateau with time. Um,
Right.
this is it's really true with for resistance training too. Like I would say that like the first plateau, depending on like your general body like composition, it could be anywhere from like 3 months to like a, a year or 2 years or something, and depending on how hard you're going. Um, but yeah, it's very exciting. It's very cool
It's
to like
honestly my
experience
goal
everything.
is just to like hit body weight on all of the machines I'm doing. I just want to be able to do body weight on all of my machines.
Yeah, that's smart. It's an attainable goal. It's like very like realistic too.
Right.
When I was in high school, my there was a guy that was like one of like a friend's dad that was driving us to football practice, and he was saying that like in what's it called, in college he took like a PE course or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And the goal for that course basically was that like you just have to hit body weight on like 3 or 4 different machines, and everyone was like, "Ah, that's so easy, I'm not even going to try." And he like actually tried. He's the only one who got it, because it's more difficult
It's
than it
way
sounds.
more difficult than it sounds. Like the idea of
Yeah.
me benching 175 is like crazy. I'm not anywhere near that.
Well, the and what's crazy too is that like your plateau might not be at 175. You might be able to see incremental gains until like 205, 215 or whatever. And then the most addictive thing to me that's like really really fun is that then you can keep like pushing further if you want to. Like you can
Right.
keep going. When I
Um,
was in what's it called, high school, like I was squatting almost 600 pounds and then I just kind of stopped. But like I know friends who kept going and they were squatting like almost 1,000 pounds.
oh my
Like
god.
like you're talking about people who are just like surpassed. Like remember that whole thing about marathon, and the reason why it's called a marathon is because that one dude ran 26 miles then died.
Yeah,
And now
yeah.
you have like children doing it like blindfolded with like no socks on,
Right,
because it's
right.
like it's exactly that for me. It's like squatting 1,000 pounds is something that like in even 100 years ago they would just make that guy the king of wherever the fuck they are.
Right, right. That guy's the new warrior lord.
Exactly, yeah.
Why do I only get addicted to like cigarettes and not exercise? Well, to be fair, you can get addicted to cigarettes and exercise. You got to broaden your horizons.
It's also super easy to get addicted to cigarettes.
Yeah, yeah.
It's like insanely, because all you have to do is sit down and smoke a cigarette, as opposed to exercise. You got to like drive or walk to the place and then like get the energy and do it. You got to be around people.
Like,
It's why like the main thing for working out is just like do whatever you can do that keeps you working out.
they should make exercise cigarettes that like make your muscles bigger. You should be able to smoke new abs.
Oh my god, that's actually so true. Can we incorporate AI into this?
Dude, let's.
Brother, let's.
Brother, let's. Our AI powered muscle cigarettes will take the world by storm. $60 billion first round investment.
I don't want to smoke cigarettes. I would smoke cigarettes if they were muscle cigarettes, even though they like still like destroyed your lungs or whatever. But then
Mhm.
That also we're like not even bordering. We're way past like base level fetish territory. There are some awesome people in the world who have very strong opinions about the things that we're saying.
Oh yeah. Muscle cigarettes are definitely a thing that like an AI like Tumblr like gay man in his 40s is posting.
Yeah, like
Everything was
photoshopped versions.
Yeah,
Of,
everything
like,
was
Harry
normal until he
Styles.
smoked the muscle cigarettes.
Yeah, then it's like his body is just like filled with balloons now.
Ripped.
Yeah.
Yeah, there should be weighted cigarettes that are heavy as fuck so you can work out your biceps.
That actually is true. And it's like it's even better because you're like, oh fuck, do I even want to take the next puff? And then you're like, yeah, I do. And then you get even further ripped.
Yeah, yeah. Yeah, so basically the message of this is like start smoking. They should grow heavy tobacco. They should get like
Heavy tobacco.
like put lead in the soil, make it really
Yeah.
heavy. High gravity like depleted uranium tobacco.
That's what I was gonna say. Like heavy water. Like you're throwing like extra neutrons in there just to make them like more dense as time goes on. Perfect. There was I keep getting ads on YouTube, by the way, for you know what Zyn is?
Yeah, yeah, Zins.
I keep getting ads for cocktail flavored Zins.
Weird.
Like they're like, have you ever loved nicotine? Do you want to have it taste like a Paloma? And it's so
that is
weird. I'm
like the one of the most white trash things I've ever heard. like margarita flavored Zins.
I'm like, who is this for? Because like I feel like the people that I know that have Zins are like big beer guys, and then maybe they're going for like the, I don't know, like the aristocrat that also like stuffs his mouth, like his cheeks. Like imagine if you're going to like a car salesman or whatever and like to buy a Bentley, and like they take a drag off of a cigarette. That kind of makes sense. And you go there and he's got chipmunk cheeks full of like shit that smells like rum.
Right.
Like it's the most off-putting thing ever.
But it's
like,
kind of
with you, man?
It smells like rum that someone left in a parking lot.
Yeah. Also, no one drinks cocktails for the flavor.
I drink
if you want a
cocktails for the
mocktail,
flavor.
it's called juice. But like also the alcohol. Do you drink
Yeah,
mocktails
also
for
for the
flavor?
alcohol, but it's like
Yeah.
I like how margaritas taste. I had a lot of margaritas while Cross was here.
But I think like a margarita is not extremely different from like a lime-based lemonade.
No, it's not. But it's like I've had
Yeah.
some good ass tequila where I'm like, this deserves to be in a margarita, and it would make the margarita more yummy.
I just feel like if someone handed me two Zins and one was like lemonade flavor
And one was the
margarita
Zin of
flavor,
truth, and one was the Zin of lies.
I'm taking 4 hits off the Zin of truth, and then before anyone notices, I'm tucking the Zin of lies away under my tongue.
Now give me a truth Zin if I'm wrong.
Beer me a truth Zin if I'm wrong, but I'm pretty
Beer
sure.
me a truth Zin, you're the piano man. You just like it because it's tasty yum slop? That's right, Jamie. We're gonna give you $1 million now.
Aw, I'm glad they finally earned it. We've been holding this shit for way too long. It has not been any like investment accounts either. It's just been depreciating in value the last 3 years.
It's literally in dimes, yeah.
Yeah. We're gonna hit you with $1 million in dimes, and if you survive, you get them. New Beast Games idea.
We're gonna hurt you with $1 million, and you get whatever kills you.
What type of $1 million hurts the most? Welcome to Beast Games.
This tungsten cube is worth $1 million.
The first guy is like, I guess I'll just get like hit in the face with like $500 bills, and it's like a slow-mo like reactive. I'm gonna get hit in the face. And then episode 25 is a guy that's like, I guess you lower the pennies from from over my head and blast me in the brain with them. And it's like, will he survive? He doesn't survive.
We spent $1 million on one really long bullet.
Okay, I like this instead. Average like 1940s Germany wonder weapon.
Yeah, literally, just
Listen,
makes the shells bigger, makes the barrel longer.
We can kill all of the UK if the bullet's already there, and then we fire it.
Listen, what if we just shoot over the Alps? We can hit France from this side.
We must shoot through the Alps. Hit them with the Alps. Generate one strong man to lift the Alps.
What if we put the Alps on big jacks and then drive tanks under them?
They won't, I mean, to be fair, they won't see it coming.
But the Blue Angels flew too low, so the city of Chicago got together some money and built a tunnel for them. That's right, the Blue Angels are currently flying underneath the city.
GTA 5. I love that as a concept too. That's like they're doing some dumbass performative thing under the city, so you can't even know it. You're just like walking around and someone's smiling, and you're like, "Why?" And they're like, "Oh, they're flying under the city deck. Can't you feel it?
Can't you feel it?
You're like, "No." You're
Takes
like,
your
"Oh,
arm.
heart's
Can't
not
you
pure
feel it?
enough." Open your heart further.
Open your heart further. Further.
Further. I'm sad that humans can't just like tear their like rib cage open and expose all their organs.
Right. You should be able to like do attacks like that. You should be able to hurt people like that. You should be able to launch your heart by like ripping open your rib cage at things.
And and I don't want to be controversial, but it shouldn't hurt that bad.
So the Sun started a GoFundMe. Exactly. You understand what I'm doing. Nah, my goal is definitely to like fucking hit body weight. I'm excited. It's very motivating. So, Sanity, if you'd like to stick around for the esoteric a bit, you can.
Okay. I think I will be able to. I'm doing something tonight, and I have a small list of things that I have to do. But if I get all my fun out before the things that I have to do, then I'll have like 4 straight hours of just like shit I don't want to do, and I'm not very happy about it. And then I can do stuff tonight that's fun. So it's like a good like seesaw of just like pure excess and then nothing but pain.
Okay, that sounds good. That sounds good. So today, okay, here's what's happening in my beautiful creative world is I finished a first draft of the book. So I'm basically going through and doing the editing right now. I'm going back and seeing things that I wrote like literally 7 years ago before the pandemic and shit.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a lot of editing involved. So one of the first sections of this book is about the mystikoi, the Greek mystery cults. Do you know anything about Greek mystery cults, Sanity?
Never heard of them before.
So, here's the thing about Greek mystery cults. We know basically nothing about them. They are extremely mysterious, but we do know for a fact that they were a large and important part of Greek religion. They were kind of quasi-religious, quasi-magical. Some of them were funded by the state, like it was a thing that you would like go do. And some of them were like smaller private things that like only specific people would do. So generally how like the most famous of them is called the Eleusinian Mysteries or the Mysteries of Eleusis. And basically what this was is there was like a temple, I forget, in the city of Eleusis. And every year, around the same time, they would have like a 10-day festival where you show up, there's like 3 days of feasting, and then there's several more days of like, you go on a long walk to the temple. You go on a long walk to the temple, and there's like ritual songs and fun and stuff. Okay, I need a different melee weapon.
That sounds heavenly.
And then for the last 2 days, for like a full day and a full night, you basically stay up partying, and you don't eat or drink anything.
Oh.
And so that like kinda causes a lot of psychological effects, as you might understand, right?
Yeah.
And then you enter into the temple, the Telestherion is what it was called. Where are my dual Zorans? There we go. Okay. Like dancing to exhaustion. Kinda, yeah. Like partying, having fun, doing prayers. And then you enter into the Telestherion, and no one is allowed to know what happens in the Telestherion. You're supposed to see it for yourself and then not tell anyone about it. It was like, there was a guy, I believe it was Diagoras of Melos, who tried to like tell people what the Eleusinian mysteries were, and he got exiled.
I'm surprised he wasn't executed. Feels like if you're exiled, you could go meet other people and tell them more things.
Right. That is a good point, but they didn't care. He was
they were stupid.
He did this because he was an atheist, by the way.
Oh.
Yeah,
World's first Reddit atheist exiled by bad vibes.
He was. He revealed the mysteries, and so they exiled him for being fucking Reddit core atheists. So, okay, we have a lot of people, like, a lot of sources of people who have, like, talked about the mysteries and, like, going through the mysteries, but we don't really know exactly what happens during them. One prominent example is like, generally speaking, what we know about the Eleusinian mysteries is that once you were inside the Telestherion, you would sort of participate in a sacred play. We know that it had three things. It had Dromina, Dicnumina, and whatever the third one is. But it basically means, like, things shown, things done, and things said. We know that there was chanting, we know that there was special objects, and we know that there was, like special directions you had to follow, right?
Sounds like a Twitch stream.
Kind of, but you're, like, participating in it. It's more like doing community theater.
Okay.
This is not going well. We need to do a different thing. And so basically, what we think happened is that you would recreate the descent of Persephone into the underworld. You'd, like, perform in a sacred play where that's what happens.
Mm-hmm.
Are those Warframe hot sauces on the table? Yes, they are. So,
I'm resting my nose on them.
So after, like, several days of being no-sleep punch-drunk, you just, like, kind of go into a dark room filled with mist, and then a bunch of priests are like, this is what it feels like to die. And
That sounds like a nightmare.
It is. Like, people talk about it as, like, being terrifying. Like, Emperor Nero was scared to do the, he was scared to do the Eleusinian mysteries because he was afraid that he would see the ghosts of his family members that he murdered.
Oh.
Like, that's how seriously this was taken, is, like, you are literally going into the underworld.
Wow, okay.
But then the priests take you back out, and there's, like, a crazy sense of catharsis, which is... So, okay,
You're happy that you're not in hell anymore?
Yeah, well, okay, well, it's Greek hell, so it's, like, it's not as scary and punishment-based, but it's, like, going into the underworld, so it's, like, a really intense experience. How did they get the mist? It was probably, like, incense smoke, right? That was a really... It's still a common thing for rituals today. It's just, like, having a kind of smoky room where there's swirling forms in the distance. And to be fair, Emperor Nero was a giant pussy, but also it's, like, if you believed that, yeah, you would see ghosts in the Telestherion, and you're Emperor Nero, I'd be like, yeah, my fucking... What was it, his mom that he murdered, is gonna show up, and I'm gonna get in trouble.
Yeah. Well, if I was his mom, I'd kill him.
Would anyone ever do a bunch of mysteries, or do you just choose one? There were a bunch, but, like, you might not have access to all of them. Like, we know that the Bacchic mysteries, the Dionysian mysteries were another thing. But those were, it's like, those were kind of more common. Like, they had a lot of mythology around Orpheus. Like, they're often called the Orphic mysteries. And they had this whole thing where they would, like, print these little gold lamellae that were like, this is a secret prayer, and when you get to the underworld, show it to the guy, and he'll take you into, like, the secret club that's only for Orphics. And they would, like, come to town to initiate people, yeah. It was, like, the Orphics / Bacchics would, like, travel around and then do their mysteries in, like, secret basements or something. There was also the, what was it? The Mithraic mysteries, which was, like, the sort of hero cult of Mithras, who they had these, like, special underground temples. And we don't really know what their mysteries involved. A lot of it was shit like... They called themselves the Syndexioi, literally the people of the handshake, because they had secret handshakes.
Oh, classic.
Yup. Yeah, the Mithraics were Roman, and there's a lot of... We know that there's a lot of influence from, like, Persian... It's probably, like, syncretic with, like, a Persian mystery cult that was then brought into Rome. because they're called Persians a lot, but also that could literally just be like the Romans being racist, being like, oh, this is some weird religious thing. It's probably Persian or some bullshit.
They seem to like being racist, from what I understand.
Yeah. The Mithraic mysteries had like 7 levels. Like a lot of these mysteries have levels. The Eleusinian mysteries don't have levels. It was just like a festival that happened every year, and you could just go to it every year. You could go into the underworld every February if you wanted to. Was it a mystery cult in Persia also? Okay, there is a Persian deity named Mithra that was worshipped publicly, but it's like, okay, Persephone and Demeter were worshipped publicly, but they also had the Eleusinian mysteries, which was like a mystery aspect to their religion. So it's possible that like the Mithraic religion in Persia had like a mystery version that got spread. And I'm not sure like how permissible a lot of these mystery cults were. Like, also, it's important to draw a distinction between like these were not secret necessarily. Like being a secret cult is very different than being a mystery cult. Like doing your own rituals in private away from the public eye was kind of distrustful. Like that was weird if you did that. But it did happen in the Greco-Roman world. And so there is a sense that like maybe some mystery cults were more secretive and therefore less societally permissible, but like the mysteries of Eleusis, like people would travel from all around to undergo the ritual. What kind of people would be doing this? Do you need to be invited or as a certain class or something? It depends on the mystery, right? It seems like the Mithraics, you'd kind of have to be invited. It was kind of like a graded system where it was like you had to do the lower mysteries, and then eventually you'd be like led into the higher ones. There was also one additional level to the Eleusinian mysteries. The advanced initiates were the Hierophants who, like the Hierophants, the ritual experts that were actually initiating, like performing the ritual. That was kind of the second one, and they had like a second special level to the mystery where it was like, if you do this, you can get to be a priest. Sorry. How far are we from a Scientology structure? Well, Scientology is like very modern. Scientology is like requires like modern, like business architecture. There were also the mysteries of Isis. We know basically nothing about them except that they were like pretty popular once the Greeks took over Egypt. Was this a men-only thing? We know that the Eleusinian mysteries did allow women. There isn't really a sense that they were gendered. Although it's
strange for the time.
Not really. It was pretty common for women to like participate in religious rituals, but they did have to go through like extra purification steps. Like, if you like menstruated recently, you had to do an extra purification ritual before you were allowed to enter temples or speak with an oracle. That was kind of how it was. Like that aspect of it was gendered, but I don't think like participation in most of the mysteries was gendered. There's no evidence for or against.
Interesting.
What's interesting to me is that we don't really know what the social aspect of these were. Like, we don't know why people would do this. There is at least with the Eleusinian mysteries, there was a sense that it was like, just kind of a thing people did. It was like, if you want to be less afraid of death, you kind of go through the Eleusinian mysteries and be like, oh, okay, it's scary for a little bit, and then it's fine. And that's what the underworld is like. There was also like, I forget which one, but there was a mystery that you would go to where it was like Roman soldiers would stand under a grate that had a bull over it, and then somebody would kill the bull and like drench the person below it in blood. Like that was like a military initiation ritual. I think that's the Mithras one. I think that's one of the Mithraic rites. Yeah.
Yeah,
like
this sounds like a mixture of like that specifically sounds like hazing or like
yes,
like bonded trauma to like get through a specific thing. But for the rest of this, like, who were the people that were doing this? Was it like what our modern understanding of like rich people are, like people who had the resources to do it, or is it like every like person a step up from a slave was allowed to do this?
It seems like basically everyone was allowed to do this if they wanted to. Like I don't, but also depends on the mystery. I don't think you had to pay, but yeah, there is like even like modern fraternity rituals around hazing are like kind of based on Greek initiation shit,
Yeah.
but in a pretty far removed thing. Like, and this has a lot of echoes in like modern culture. Like the Freemasons do a lot of hazing shit that's like based on concepts of like Greek initiation hazing. And some cults were just like part of normal religion, depending on where you are. Because you got to remember, Greece for this area was basically just like a bunch of interconnected city-states that all kind of had their own culture and their own norms for religion. So they all kind of had different takes on it.
Well, it's that sort of like hazing ritual and stuff just kind of seems, I don't know if it's inherent, but like if you have like a group that's very dedicated to something, and you have like in people and out people, and you need other people to be on the in, it seems like setting a barrier of entry like adds legitimacy to the entirety of like what it is you are doing.
Exactly.
Like,
Yeah,
yeah.
in-group, out-group shit was also pretty important. Like, you know, there are special things you learn in the Eleusinian mysteries, so you can like tell if someone else knows the secret handshake or something, and you're like, okay, we've both undergone this initiation ritual or something.
Yeah. That's another reason why I asked if it was like a rich person thing, because it feels like a lot of stuff that's similar to that, like in modern time, is like rich people just get bored, and
Yeah.
they like having like it's almost like having just like an accolade of being like, oh yeah, I'm this type of person because I like, let's like climbing Everest, like, oh yeah,
Right.
I've climbed Everest, like I'm a badass, and I like, when in reality it's just because, you know, they've had the resources and money to do it. That's why it kind of makes that's kind of what it sounds like, especially for this like experience that sounds like a level up from like a big community theater production, insofar that like people, you're going to feel like you died, and if everyone's talking shit like, oh it's crazy, like the emperor wouldn't even do it, and
Right.
we all know he's a pussy, but still.
Although a lot of
um
emperors did do it. Like, it was kind of weird that Nero didn't do the Eleusinian mysteries.
then it absolutely, that kind of lends more credence of it, of like a um it's like a thing that badasses do, so that like when
Yeah,
people like,
yeah.
it lends credibility to you, especially if you're, I don't know how like common trade and shit was, um but like that could be a thing for your business too. Like if you have the air of being a badass as a trader, people are going to want to
Right.
trade with you more, because you're like, you're Mr. Fantastic, whatever the fuck his name is.
Right, right. You've been Mr. Wonderful. You've been initiated, and so they're like, "Oh, okay, people trust you."
Exactly, yeah.
One thing that made them distinct is how open they were as opposed to traditional Hellenic religion. Most religions was state and family controlled. The fact that anyone could join a mystery cult was a big deal. Yup, that was absolutely a big deal. It also made mystery cults a major cultural and political rival of early Christianity. Like, that's basically why there aren't mystery cults anymore, is like once Christianity gained serious cultural power, they kind of wiped out the practice, or like basically ate them. Like modern Christian like baptism, like it's very similar to a mystery cult, except there's no element of like secrecy to it. Everyone knows what happens.
Yeah.
But also another aspect of like mystery initiation was like you could do it several times. You could repeat it. You could like get baptized every year if you wanted to.
That also, I mean, that also kind of makes sense. Like that can be like a, well, specifically for baptism, because it's like a purification thing. And then if you're getting some, if you legitimately think you're going to hell, like when you're going through the other thing, then like that also makes sense too, because you're like, oh yeah, like it was terrible the first time, but now I'm a badass, and
Right.
now I can go through even more.
Honestly, it sounds really fun. Like, I think it would be fun to like undergo the Eleusinian mysteries and then just like see some dead people and then go to work the next day.
It's just like going to like a modern scare house, like the like I went to like a amusement park around here for Halloween, and they just have like a giant, it's just like a walking like attraction. You just like enter like a horror house, and like people jump out at you and scare you, and you get to a certain point, you watch a movie and it's like there's an evil guy and he's around here and he's killed 30 people and watch out when you see him. And then you go into like a hall of mirrors and you see like glimpses of him and stuff. It's pretty similar.
Yeah, I
But
guess
that's
it's like a scare
really
house,
American.
but it has like ritually important narrative to it, and the people scaring you are priests, and then there's like they give you. Oh yeah, a thing I didn't mention is that so before they go in, they would give you like this barley drink. It was like barley and honey, called Kikeon, and it's very possible that the Kikeon had like psychoactive effects. That's very possible.
Yeah. Well, you want a pregame before you go in the horror house.
Exactly, exactly. And then you go into the scary priest scare house, and then there's like aftercare afterwards, where they're like they bring you down nice, and they're like, "Don't worry, it's okay, it's okay. We're not actually dead people. The spirits are gone. You're back in the normal world. You get to go see the sun. See, and now you're better. Now you know how to do this cool shit."
It's like
Dying too fast.
it's like Saw. It's like how in Saw he's like you're a bad person because I don't know are overweight or whatever. I'm gonna try to kill. But look now it's all better. Now you're not dead and you get to enjoy life. Except this sounds more safe than Saw.
Yes, this is probably more safe than Saw. So Cersei drugging people was a common thing that happened. Yes, like that was a like okay, Cersei is an example of like a very common type of magical practitioner in ancient Greece, which is they're called pharmakeia or pharmakeon, who are it was basically kind of halfway it means both like healer and poisoner. It's basically doing like herb magic, and it's pretty clear that the pharmakoi were like just kind of like a pretty important aspect of Greek religion because they're the ones who are making all the like psychoactive wheat potions that people were drinking. Like that was a pretty ritually important role, but also it's like imagine if there was a priest whose job was to like specially breed weed for church, and then some of those guys were freelancers. Like that's not necessarily a guy you really want to trust. Like there was a sense of like, okay, this guy might not be super trustworthy. Sanity?
Sorry, my headphones got untangled. I had to take them off.
Oh no.
Well, don't get scared. I'm back now. It was just a moment.
Was there ever like moral judgment of people? Like if you've done something mad, will the priest yell at you? I don't think the priests would like cold read you or anything. It seems like they had a set script. Like it was a play.
Yeah. That makes sense. Because like, well, I guess you couldn't talk to like about what you saw or whatever, but it also makes sense that like, I think missing in those instances is probably pretty risky because if you cold read someone wrong while you're doing this,
And
then
they're
it
like,
draws
I'm your
into question,
grandma.
like,
And you're like, I don't have a grandma.
exactly, yeah. Then it draws into question like, wait, is any of this real? And I think if you once those little whispers start, because you kind of inherently have to suspend disbelief, but like being drugged, being in a weird place you've never seen before, and seeing like and having the aura around it of like, oh, this is real magic, and then like it kind of frames your thinking into a place where you're more willing to accept it.
Yeah, yeah.
But like once that facade starts to like break a little bit, then you're like, okay, this is all just bullshit.
Yeah, Medea is also a mythical pharmakeia. Does this mean the pharmakoi could be women too? There's a lot of Roman literature that associates women with pharmakoi. Like, that doesn't necessarily mean that the pharmakoi were all women. It just means that, like, being one of these ritual practitioners was, like the Romans associated it with being a woman.
That's probably just inherent misogyny.
I mean, it's like, don't forget, the Greeks were very misogynist.
That is true, yeah. But I can see the direct line between like, oh, there's someone who will like basically drug you, has magic powers that you can't control, and also will make you do whatever they want. And yup, it's a woman.
And yup, it's a woman. Typical.
Because a man would just like punch you in the throat and penis until you died, but a woman would give you bad hop strength.
Well, Well, you see, the thing with ancient Greek magic is that one of the other big ones was like, it's a very loaded term scholastically, but like, or scholarship wise, but Greek shamanism, like ritual practitioners whose job was to interact with like spirits of the dead, animus spirits, stuff like that, and be like, my farm is haunted, and my milk is spoiling really fast, and all of my cows are sick. I think I'm being haunted. Can you come to my farm and get rid of the ghosts? And then one of these like thaumatopoi would show up, and a really common way that they would communicate with the ghosts is they would have like an 8-year-old boy that they would use as bait to get possessed, because they believed that like the social and moral purity of a young boy was like the ideal like vessel for spirits.
I'm imagining like Tiny Tim from the like, oh golly, what are we doing today? And it's like
Another
you're gonna
ghost,
stand
mister.
Here, you're gonna stand here and a devil's gonna come inside of you. We're gonna kill you if it gets too bad. Okay.
Okay. And then he just starts going like,
we're gonna make you drink 8 gallon of hop drink that fermented a week ago.
This
And
untrustworthy woman is going to give you a special drink that makes you insane for a little bit, and then a ghost is going to be inside of you.
Go stand in that field over there. If you lunge towards us, we're stabbing you.
Do not exit this circle. If you try, we will kill you.
Oh boy. Oh jolly.
Jolly. Can't wait to be paid 6 drachmas for this.
They're paying them in the hop string.
Okay.
What do you think hop string grows on trees? It grows on bushes.
I had to pay a woman for this.
Listen, buddy, you're not getting woman prices yet. Maybe once you're older.
6 drachmas? No one has money to pay a boy that much. What if it's a really good boy, though? What if he's really good at having ghosts inside of him?
He like shows up already smoking, and he's like, he just takes like a drag off of his weighted cigarette, giant bicep.
He's super
like,
buff, and he's just like, let's get this over with.
Yeah.
I'm 8.
And then he like pulls like a thing out of his wallet that shows like the purity of his soul. It's like,
he has like a gold lamelle that's been inscribed with like special Greek characters that says, I'm a pure little boy, and ghosts are good for me.
I don't know what sex is. I've never seen thighs before. Like,
I was raised in a cave so ghosts could go inside of me faster.
I was raised in the ghost cave.
Yup, I was that Greek was fucking lousy with ghost caves, dog. That was a huge part of Greek religion. Was just like a priest that lived in a cave.
I love that because that's the same as like in modern day. Like, if you have just like an old guy who's like really good at programming, then he like that like should not be. He's like 80 or something, right? He shouldn't be like in the company anymore. And he just like occasionally you'll just call him in at his house, and he's like, "Oh yeah, you do this." It's the same thing.
It's like there's just the 185-year-old guy who knows how this one programming language from the 70s works, and like no one else does.
Yeah. He makes $400 trillion a year, whereas I'm sure the ghost guys make like a goat.
Yeah, there was not a sense that the thaumatopoi were paid very well. Like, they see what's interesting about it is that it's like they seem like if there was a class of wandering exorcists that just kind of went around giving people life advice now, like they would all have like TikToks and shit where they advertise their services as a thaumatopoi.
Yeah, or they would be supernatural salmon bean.
Yeah. That's kind of like how they portrayed themselves. But if they were alive today, they would all have like influencer accounts and be like, I just got rid of this awesome account. And then they would also have a boy.
Right. I got rid of Mike, and they're like standing in front of the boy. So like just because they're using the same boy for all these things, and everyone knows you only get like 4 uses out of the boy.
Right. You need a different boy.
Yeah. Well, I mean, the soul can only stay so pure for so long, even in a pre-industrialized society. Eventually, you're gonna step on an ant.
Right, and you won't be pure for ghosts anymore.
Right. Ghosts hate that shit. Pretty pro. Do you know how many bug ghosts there are? They're really pro bug in the ghost kingdom.
Turns out every ghost boy eats like 1 million ghost bugs every day.
Right. And he has to spend all of his sleeping time praying to pray away the bug ghosts. You have to reload your boy ammo.
Hi, squeaky kitties. I do not need to reload my ammo. I'm using Cedo. This thing is full of bullets.
No, they were saying like the sin is too
Oh.
much. You have to reload a ghost boy.
Right,
ammo.
right. Well, and that's kind of how it worked. It's like different bodily actions were like within Greek religion, different bodily actions were considered to like generate miasma, like foul air or like kind of ambient cursed energy that you would have to like ritually like wash or purify before you entered a temple.
Right.
Like we mentioned earlier, like menstruation was a huge thing. It was like, okay, you're not allowed to, if you've menstruated in the last 3 days, you're not allowed to enter a temple. If you've gone poop in the last 3 days, you need to like take a special bath or something. If you've one of the big ones was like touching or interacting with a corpse. It was like that you had to like wait a month.
That makes sense. Me personally, I've never interacted with a corpse. Not to say that I would be a good vessel for ghosts, but I'm pretty sure I'd be pretty high on the list.
Constipated wind. Yeah, all the priests were like really, they ate nothing but beef.
Oh God. There's just gonna be like blood coming out of them.
Can you
that sounds
tell
wretched.
us about any big scandals with these? Other than Diagoras of Melos, like, trying to publicly reveal the mysteries and then getting exiled for it, there really isn't much information about the mysteries. Like, they seem like they were an enormous part of, like, the social and religious fabric of ancient Greece, but, like, people were shockingly successful at preserving the mystery, which is pretty cool. There's the Dionysian panic in Rome. Okay, was the that emperor trying to like enter the archives and then getting torn apart by the Vestal virgins? Does that count?
Wait, a guy tried to walk into a library and virgins tore him apart?
So okay, the official archives of Rome, like Rome's Library of Congress, was it was in the Temple of Vesta, right? The Temple of the Hearth Goddess, and it was overseen purely by her virgin priesthood. And an emperor tried, I forget which emperor it was, but there was a it wasn't really a mystery, but like you were absolutely not allowed to go in. Only the Vestal virgins were allowed to go into the temple. And there was an emperor that tried to go inside to like, I think to like see one of their rituals or to like fuck with the archives, and they were in the middle of a ritual frenzy, and they just like tore his eyes out.
Why did his guards let him do that?
Well, because he's the Roman emperor. You're not allowed to just like let him do shit like that. You have to let him.
But like his guards, they weren't like, okay, we're going in too. They were just that scared of the virgins.
No, they weren't like, okay, well, if you went in and you killed the Vestal virgins, you would be exiled. Like, that's like unforgivable.
Even if it was to prevent them from tearing out your emperor's eyes.
Well, the emperor made the choice.
Okay, I feel like I'm slighting the guards a little bit.
Okay, if the president was like, I want to go into the gorilla enclosure, like,
I think the Secret Service would be like, okay, we're going in too.
I do not think so.
Me personally, I think so. If I was that's why I'm not a secret. The only reason I'm not a big Secret Service guy. I can't handle 4 tigers. When President, who's a funny guy to be the next president? Is Hulk Hogan alive?
Yeah, he is.
When President Hulk Hogan 2 goes into the tiger enclosure, I'm not jumping in after him.
I think it's his fault. I think it's the emperor's fault.
Well, I agree it's the emperor's fault. He shouldn't have gone in there.
Hulk Hogan died?
Curiosity
Oh wait, no, I
killed
think
the
he
cat.
is dead. Yeah.
Hulk Hogan died? Well, that's why I said Hulk Hogan 2.
Okay.
my 3-foot tall robotic Hulk Hogan that will be winning in 2048.
Yay! If you kill the virgins, you would quickly have a new emperor. Yeah, the royal guard would murder you if you started killing Vestal virgins.
Wow.
Yeah.
This seems far less like the emperor like rules everything than possible. I thought it was just gonna be like if If you were the emperor, you get to do anything. You get to like destroy everything. Isn't that what Nero did? Didn't he like make everyone worship a horse and then like burn Rome down?
No, he let Rome burn, and he installed a horse as a senator. He installed his horse as a senator.
I'm pro the second thing.
I am also pro the second thing. I think I think his what was his horse's name? Do you not have Vobin Prime yet? No, I do not have Vobin Prime.
Hopefully it's something badass. It'd be so cool to have it.
Oh no, that was Caligula, not Nero. Nero was the guy who liked to torture flies by pulling their wings off.
Okay, in terms of things that we can cancel the Roman emperors for, that seems pretty far down the line.
Yeah.
That's I just watched a documentary. Do you know who Pirate Software is? That guy?
Oh yeah, vaguely.
I watched a 2-hour long video on him, and like some of the shit was literally like at that level, and I was like, all right, you guys just want to be angry at someone.
It's just like he like killed bugs in a mildly evil way.
No, it was like he like was like bad at World of Warcraft and like abandoned his team and then didn't take responsibility for it.
Someone should kill that guy.
I was like, well, and at least according to him, he's getting like a lot of hate for it like 3 years later.
Vestal virgins, go! Go, my women. Yeah. May brings up a good point. The Vestal virgins kind of were Rome. Like, they were the keepers of the flame of Rome. And so killing one is kind of like killing Rome. Yeah. I think the modern Library of Congress should be managed by old virgin women. And they should be priests, and they should wear ritual blindfolds.
Oh, I think they should also have like metal claws.
Yes! You're so fucking right. They should have big metal claws.
Yeah.
And they wear business pantsuits that are also like priest robes.
Oh, like a modern twist on it, I see.
Yeah. We should just bring back the Vestal Virgins.
We should. They seem trustworthy.
Right. If you fuck with them, they rip out your eyes, which is cool.
Yeah. Plus, that's not even gonna kill. That won't kill you, right? Will that kill you? You're not gonna bleed out of your eye sockets, are you?
I mean, in ancient Rome, that's like there's a good chance you're gonna get infected and die there, buddy.
In ancient Rome, if a dude's dead teeth scrape against your leg, that's the end of your whole shit.
Right. It's like, oh, you're a caveman and you got a cut on your finger. Oh, it's gonna get infected and you're just gonna die.
Yeah.
But no, we need more Vestal Virgins. They should be like permanently sealed inside rubber Pokemon suits to keep them from having sex.
I think you might be trying to narrow post on that one.
Narrow post?
There might be 1 or 2 people in the chat that are might be interested in that.
Yeah.
Can we tattoo infinity symbols on their foreheads or whatever?
Infinity symbols?
That's the thing with the rubber Pokemon.
Oh, yeah.
Infinity symbols, yeah.
Okay, how the fuck do I get out of here?
I think I think legitimately, if you were like new government opening, we're gonna like put you into like a I don't know, a mudkip suit for the rest of your a rubber mudkip suit for the rest of your life, and you don't have to work anymore. I think the average viewership on Twitch would go down by like 85%.
You think?
Tumblr itself would just disintegrate. There would be 4 total people on Tumblr left.
Interesting.
The like amount of people committed to Pokemon speedrunning is going down the tubes.
Really?
Yeah.
The new games seem infamously difficult to speedrun.
I'm just trying to think of a way that I can call out people who would want to be put into a Pokemon suit for the rest of their life.
I guess that's true, yes. You ever seen speedruns of the Pokemon games? It seems hard and annoying.
Every speedrun period just kind of seems like a fucking headache. Like I was watching I'm watching a whole bunch of the Folding Ideas guy.
Oh yeah.
And I got recommended to me, I think, a different guy that was like the history of like the world's worst Halo speedrun.
Was it the one at GDQ that just sucked bad?
Yeah, it was a guy that like hadn't done like a speedrun in like 3 years or something, and like it was just really, really bad.
It lasted like 2 hours, like 2.5 hours.
Like longer than it should have. It was supposed to be like an hour and a half, and it was like 5 hours or something. And it was one of the early GDQs.
Completely threw off the schedule for the event. It's like why they have estimates now.
Yeah. The best part with that too is they're like, and like here's how it looks nowadays. Here's how it looks back in like 2011 or whatever. And then here's what they did, and it's just like him fucking up a grenade jump like 7 times in a row, and he's like, I'll get it next time. And then eventually he's like, I'm just gonna walk, and he's like, and then he walked for 35 minutes because he couldn't get a 1 minute like
Oh my god.
cutscene skip or whatever. Yeah. The other funny thing too is he was like, the guy was like, and for some reason he's also killing every single enemy, like,
Oh, gotta be
like
careful.
instead of
Gotta
just,
be careful.
yeah, like it's instead of walking past them, he's just killing every enemy, and it's like, why are you doing that? Like, they can't even hurt you; they're past you.
Hmm.
Though
Interesting.
Overwatch did have a it was like a, I don't even know how to describe it. It was like an obstacle course sort of thing where you have to like, I
Oh
played
yeah.
Winston, but you like jump around, and I'm kind of glad they removed that, because that's something that I was in the top 10 leaderboards for all 3 of the Winston ones,
Oh
and
wow.
I could see myself spending like 8 hours a day for the rest of my life just continuously grinding those to get to be like the #1 boy.
Bro, you're a
They're just so
speedrunner. You have the
addicting.
speedrunner's soul.
I do. Well, I could see that being really fun, but I also like, I don't know, some of the other games. I think it's like the loading times suck.
Oh
That
yeah.
and like things that like you have to what's it called? Um I don't know, like like waiting, like especially in Pokemon, like you like choose your move, then you have to watch the exact same animation again, and like watch the enemy do the thing that you know that they're gonna do.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah.
yeah.
And it's just like, oh, they might crit you and just like end the run immediately.
Oh God, yeah. That's another reason why like I've seen those like Final Fantasy speedruns or whatever that are like 14 hours long, and then like on 1350, like they get a random unlucky crit, and then now it's not on world record pace anymore. They just
Right.
like lose everything.
It's just what. That seems like an awful way to spend your time. Are you fucking
Yeah.
with Deadlock?
I played Deadlong. I played
Dreadlonk.
Deadlock pre-launch. I got into the like pre-alpha
Yeah,
like
yeah, we played it
8 months.
together, Sanity.
Yeah. And I when that happened, I like went through and like recorded like 5 or 6 hours of like initial thoughts, because I thought initially that it was gonna be like Valve's Overwatch, and it's not. It's just like kind of like Dota mixed with League. Um, I don't like it that much, just because I don't like the like you have to know what you're doing, and like it's the same thing as League or Dota. Like if you have a suboptimal build, then like you're at a major disadvantage.
Mm-hmm.
And it's also one of those games that like the game is decided 30 minutes in, and it's an hour and 10-minute long game. So you're
Yup.
just gonna like sit there and lose for 30 minutes, or
And you
you're
get
like,
punished
oh, I
if you
know I'm
leave.
yeah, like I know I'm gonna win, but like I still gotta fucking sit through 30 more minutes of this shit. Um,
I think it would be a fun game to watch.
I can agree with that. I don't like the like over the shoulder perspective too much. But I do think that it can lead itself to very like interesting and fun situations, especially because there's the different lanes. They have like a 1-on-1, and then they have like a 2-on-2, and then another 1-on-1.
Mm-hmm.
And like seeing those like micro plays, those are interesting to me. But the macro of like, oh, he's like doing this and grinding the enemies so that he can get to this thing like 2 minutes faster than the enemy. I'm like, I don't
Yeah,
get
I
it.
don't know. I it's like I just want a game that can replicate the experience of like no cap PL Hightower. Like
Yeah,
that's what I want. I want no cap PL Hightower. I want one
you
beer
can
after work PL Hightower.
you can also just play I'm playing TF2. Like you can just play TF2.
Right. But I
It's
want
still
like
around.
I want a new game that kind of captures that.
That's fair. Yeah, there hasn't really been too much. Like a lot of like games have just moved towards the like free to play like almost like mobile model, where like you can't just like no more server browsers. It's all like very prescriptive, and you're
Right.
doing these things in order to get like the next step on the battle pass, because once you do that, like you can get, you know, your mythic coin for the season. Like it's also
Mhm.
grindy.
That's part of why I like Warframe is that it has like all of that shit, but without the monetization. Like all the monetization is completely optional. It's just like a good game to play when you want to run around and shoot guys and like play Dynasty
Mhm.
Warriors with guns. Like, it has a battle pass, but it's pretty easy to complete. And once you complete it, it gives you rewards from previous battle pass seasons. So they're not like locked or anything, and you can just like take as much time as you want to complete everything.
Well, that's good. I like that.
It's really nice. Like it's Warframe is kind of a grindy game, but everything about its grind is like very respectful of your time.
I like that too because then it's an optional grind. If you're like, oh fuck, I really want this cosmetic, you can grind. But if you're like, I don't want to do it this season, then you don't have to worry about it, and you can wait till next season because you might get the previous season's cosmetics.
And you can always buy shit, and shit's pretty cheap, but it's never like required. You never have to spend money, and there's no way that you can like miss out on shit.
Mm-hmm. That's the other thing that I hate about a lot of the like free to play like mobile gamification of shit is like FOMO is such an inherent thing. Yeah, a lot of, like I've made a couple friends from the club recently, and they're both into Genshin Impact.
Oh boy.
Neither of them spend any money on it, so like they're but they enjoy like the characters, like they like write fan fiction about it, they enjoy the world and the lore and stuff, but also, and I don't know, because they're like you know, they do their dailies or whatever, and I'm like but also like I think I'm on the internet daily regardless, like I might as well like play a game I kind of enjoy and stuff. But to your point, I also see it being a very, very slippery slope of like, oh, this new thing's coming out, oh, I have to pull to get a 5-star or whatever the fuck it is in that game, and that becomes agonizing and terrible.
Yeah, it's like, I don't know, gambling on JPEGs does not seem like a fun way to spend my time.
It feels agonizing, I would say. Like the only game I have that's close to that is Yu-Gi-Oh! Master Duel, because I love Yu-Gi-Oh! And like playing it, and it has probably bar none the best monetization system of any any like TCG, like even the Magic the Gathering like arena, because like you can just craft the cards, which I didn't know this in Pokemon Pocket, I think it is. You can't just craft the cards. In order to like craft a specific card, you have to get like 10 tickets, and someone has to be selling that card. Like,
oh my god.
But if it's like a specific, like if it's the new best card or whatever, no one's selling it. So like you have to just like keep pulling until you get it. And then my TF2 just crashed. What the fuck? But then like if you're like for Yu-Gi-Oh, you get, I think it's like if you play like every day you play, you get like 300 gems or stuff, which is 3 packs. And then they have like events which you can get like up to 4,000 gems on, which is 40 packs, I think, and that's 4 guaranteed of the like highest rarity thing. You can dismantle any card for like basically at a 3-to-1. So if you need the highest rarity, you can craft it with like 3 random like ones that you already just like randomly pull.
Gotcha.
So like all that to say, like I've been playing somewhat consistently because I enjoy playing it, and just like playing casually, I've been able to build the strongest decks and get to the highest ranks for the last like 3 years that I've been playing it. And I've never felt the need to like spend money on it.
Right.
Like for that reason, it's so much like nicer than like a whole bunch of other stuff. I also think it's like a dam breaking thing. Like once you buy the first Overwatch loot box, then you're like, I already spent some money, might as well spend a little bit more.
Yup. There's someone in chat asked if there were any mystery traditions that involved gambling, and I don't think so. Like, I know that gambling is something that pretty much across history has like always acquired some sort of superstition like around it, but it's like I've never seen like organized mystery traditions around gambling.
Well, it feels like gambling adds like a luck aspect or a unreliability RNG that should not be in the community theater production. Like that should all be very like tightly and narrowly controlled.
Yeah. We should base the whole economy on gambling.
Hey, prediction markets. Let's get on Kalshi on this.
Yeah, dude, let's get on Kalshi. Let's get Kalshi to sponsor Jamie's channel.
Let's do a double sponsor between Kalshi and Zin. Let's see what's the worst we can get in like 2 weeks.
You should be able to gamble on which flavor of Zin you get.
Oh, that's actually well, we're getting back into blind boxes.
Yeah,
We're getting
yeah.
That's also a beautiful Oh, I'm on stream delay, but I just saw your little Warframe go into the like big tube like a little bullet, and then you got like rotated into your ship and it flew away. That was
Yup.
cute.
I like the extraction.
Um, yeah, like blind boxes are just the same thing as gambling, but like you don't get money. Like it's gonna be so funny at one point, just to like take these like JPEG gamble like 5-star pulling addicted people, just like taking them to a casino and be like,
Right. Here you go, buddy.
hey, you can, if you spend $5 here, you can win a lot more. You can play a game and you're not getting pixels, but like you could get $400. Like that's
Right.
$400. For my 21st, my parents took me to a casino,
Mhm.
and they gave me $100, and I was
Wowee.
like, I know, and I was like, okay, and my dad was actually kind of good for it. He's like, basically like we got there like 10 or whatever, and we had like a hotel room there, and he's like, just like go back up whenever you're gonna come up or whatever, but this $100 is you're not gonna make money on this. This is your entertainment for the night. Like when you go to like a movie theater, you spend money to watch the movies, you're gonna
Mhm.
put this in and you're gonna like slots or whatever,
Right. These
and
are
you're
your
just
Chuck E.
gonna
Cheese
like
tokens. This is how you have fun here.
legitimately, yeah. And so I was like, okay, and so I did that for a while, and like I was kind of having fun because I was like, oh, like it was close, I almost got stuff, but then
Mhm.
I hit a jackpot like right before I left and got like $300,
Oh
and
boy.
I was like, oh, I understand, I forgot you could win. Oh no,
I
I,
I
I
had
can't
a
ever come back.
I had a buddy in junior college who like went to Vegas on spring break and won like $18,000, and it just
Oh my
fucked
god.
him. Like
Yeah,
he's
yeah,
he for the last like 12 years was like super addicted to gambling, like is like just now getting better. Like that
yeah.
nothing fucks with you more than like winning early.
Yeah, because you're always chasing that high again. You're always
Exactly.
oh, it happened. No, you don't understand. It happened so quickly. It's gonna just happen again.
I
The
God, there was like this dude I knew in high school who was like he was like the coolest dude in high school. He had like a red Camaro and knew where to score coke and would like have lesbian threesomes or whatever. And
he was having lesbian threesomes.
yeah, yeah. He's like a turbo egg. Very
Oh,
girly.
this sounds like an OC that I would make.
Yeah. But it's like one of my friends reconnected with him like now that we're all pushing 30s, and he was like,
Mhm.
"Oh yeah, I wonder how that guy's doing." And he showed up to like this meeting with some of my high school friends, and they're like now husbands, and he was like still in high school.
Yeah,
He showed up. He was like, "Oh man, remember how we used to all fuck?" And it's like, "Bro, we're like 27 and married."
that's the rough thing about like people that I was in high school with people, and I was looking at that. I'm like, oh, you're peaking. You don't know it
Yes.
yet, but this is gonna be your top unless you make changes, and you have no intent on making changes. And we're all gonna move on, and it's really gonna suck for you in like 10 years.
Right.
When
It's like, oh
you try to
man.
relive the good old days, and we've all become different people since then.
Right, right. It's like you hear about the shit people were doing in high school, and it's like, bro, you're gonna spend the rest of your life chasing that. Like you're
Yeah.
never gonna recover from that. Like you literally got too happy too fast.
Hmm. I call it like the same thing in like Minecraft. It's like sandbox mode. Like if
Mm-hmm.
you play a survival world and like shit's like rough and hard, and you're like, oh, I'll just turn on creative. Then you like give yourself like a diamond set or whatever. Then like nothing's gonna stop you from just giving yourself more diamond stuff. And then all of the challenge of the world is like gone. And then you're just like, oh, well,
Oh,
what
all
do I do
right.
now?
Right,
Okay,
right.
yeah.
You're like the striving is what makes it interesting.
Hmm.
But also, it's
Also,
like if people peak in high school, it's like they don't have to cultivate a garden of personality. It's like, and so they hit their 30s and they're still just kind of like weird and immature and loud. Like
yeah,
that's just your personality is just being kind of loud and like having access to cocaine. And
yeah.
that's not a long-term plan. That's not a long-term strategy.
No, it's a phase in your life, and it's difficult. Like you have to. I think a lot of people need to like be not like come to grips with that's a phase, but like be forced to understand that's a phase. Like
Yes.
recognize in themselves like, oh shit, like I'm acting this way and I've hurt people, or I'm acting this way and like I can't do what other people can do because I'm only able to view the world in this way. And then it's like a self-reflection, like a checkpoint that you have to hit at some point in your, I mean, it's different for everyone. Like for me, it was like when I went to college, I like looked back on like a lot of things in high school, and I was like, oh, okay, all right. Well, I can't do that ever again in my life.
Yeah.
I'm gonna become like a better person ontologically as time goes on.
It's also a question of just like having other shit going on in your life. Like,
Yeah,
if you're like, man, the best years of my life are when I was just like doing a lot of coke and driving around the beach, like, you need to be doing other shit with your life, or you're just going to be trying to do that forever.
yeah.
Like, that's going to be your definition of happiness.
Excellent work, Tenno.
I also want to call out Millie Catta's baby said dog pie bush in response to like getting like a jackpot in your first pull on the slot machine. and
Yes,
then going
literally.
back. That's such a good phrase for that. I was laughing at that.
It is. It's a dog pie bush.
It is, yeah.
I've talked about this before, but it's like I've seen this happen with like internet personalities where, you know, you're kind of like an insecure shut-in, and then you start posting face on the internet, and even if you're kind of pretty, overnight you go from like zero, like maybe the occasional positive sexual attention to like positive sexual attention from 100 people. That
Yeah.
like that is a dog pie bush, like for your
It
ego,
is.
for your self-conception. Like you need to be able to like not keep checking that dog pie bush.
It's like it's a thing that like it's a strange like thing, but it's the same when you're a kid and you understand why you can't only eat ice cream. Like there's
Yeah.
been times in my life where I'm like having a really fucking like awesome time. Like actually, like I'm coming up on it right now. Like my last like 3 or 4 months have been really really good, and I've had to like intentionally pull myself back and slow myself down, because I'm like, if I'm too happy, if I get too happy too quickly and I like don't do the things that I need to do, or I don't like moderate or understand like what might come next after me being this happy and grinning so hard, then at one point I'm gonna like fall off a cliff that I didn't know was there, and so many things are just going to go wrong.
Right,
and
you're going to
then,
start
like,
resenting the normal shit in life, like taking care
Yeah.
of yourself and eating normal food.
well, and then like after that, like that hump too, you're gonna start resenting the thing that made you really happy. You're gonna be like, oh, that ruined me. When and
Right.
obviously we're not talking about gambling or doing doing heroin here. Like I'm talking about like going out and seeing friends frequently and having a good time.
What is
Just to
dog
be
pie
clear.
bush? There's a Twitter post of like this woman's dog that found a pie in a bush. So every time they go out for a walk, the dog checks the bush to see if another pie has appeared.
Yeah,
That's a dog pie bush.
there we go. Yeah, the image is right there.
Yeah, there you go. And I think that's just like a lot of shit I think a lot about the hedonic treadmill of just like okay, my partner recently came up to visit me for the weekend. It was like one of the most fun weekends I've had in a while. I saved up so that I could like, you know, take them to all my favorite restaurants. I like paid for all the food. I like showed them a really nice time because I don't get to see them all the time. But after they left, I was like, there's no way I could live like this every day. Like, we were just, like, eating at incredibly nice restaurants every single day, like, having all this rich food for every single meal, and my tummy hurt. It was amazing, delicious food, but I couldn't physically fit it all inside of my body, and I was like, okay, good. I'm not going to be, like, obsessed with trying to live this way.
Yeah. If you grin too hard, your lips will hurt. If you crack your mouth on too hard of a smile, then you're not going to be able to grin too much anymore.
That's
You got to
true.
moderate your grins.
May, which mystery cults were dog pie bushes? Like, can you elaborate on that? Also, I went to the LGBT clinic the other day, and okay, the last couple times they've checked my like ENT levels, it's always been like, hey, to start off, I'm shooting for like a 50-50 mix of ENT, right? I consider myself very non-binary, even though I'm trans femme, so it's like I want to get even. The last time I went, they were like, wow, your T levels are like 65. Or no, it was like your E levels are like 65 and your T levels are like 350. I've been on HRT for like a year and a half now.
Mm-hmm.
The last couple times I've gone, they're like, wow, your body produces a lot of testosterone. And I'm like, can we fucking do something about it, please?
Well, that will happen for a couple different reasons. But if you're getting into resistance training, naturally your body will produce more testosterone as a result.
Yeah, I think that's definitely part of it.
Yeah, you can take anti-androgens to like stop reuptake, because that's another thing.
Well, okay, here's the thing, Sanity. I went to go pick up my meds today, and they were like, yeah, we had to send a confirmation to your doctor because they're prescribing you more than the recommended daily dose of anti-androgens and estrogen. I'm literally hyperdosing on both of these things. They're probably going to bump me up to injections.
Oh, from what I understand, and as the Grungler, I've been inundated with a lot of T-girl science that I have not had firsthand experience with.
Mm-hmm.
But from what I understand, injections are like the number one thing you should be doing, even off the rip.
Mm-hmm.
But also, if you have anti-androgens in your body and they're blocking testosterone reuptake, then there's going to be a lot of testosterone flooding around in your bloodstream, so your levels will look high, but you're not actually accepting that androgen, that testosterone into your body.
Right.
Chimera probably knows
right.
more about about this than I do, but yeah.
I'm gonna be getting a different clinic soon, so I'm probably gonna talk to them about that shit.
Yes, that sounds like a good idea. And also, generally, I found like if you just talk about yeah. Oh, I was right about this. Chimera
You
has
are
confirmed that I am
right.
right.
You're doing a
Let's
good job being a
go.
gungler.
I was telling the two people that I've been going to the club with very frequently. They just commented, they're like, it's interesting because we're both on Tumblr, and you seem very like T-girl socialized. Like a lot of the things
You
that
are.
I'm like, yeah.
You've smelled a lot of us under the door.
Legitimately, yeah. I had to describe in the sex club last time I was the King Club last time I was there. I was like, do you guys know what a Grungler is? And they're like, no. And I'm like, okay, so
okay, here's a post. Shows you my phone.
Well, yeah, no
showing the
phones in
gungler post to T-girls at the sex club.
oh god, at that time it was 2 T-girls and like 5 other like people on the gender spectrum.
Mm-hmm.
I didn't you don't have your phone in the sex club, so I'm just verbally describing what I recall of the post.
Ooh.
Which is always great because you're like
with
okay, so
7 beautiful trans
and,
femmes looking on, rapt, fascinated with what you're saying.
Exactly, yeah.
Literally, that post about explaining the plot of Naruto to strippers, being like puts another 20 in the thong, and then he figures out that he can do the Rasengan with 1 shadow clone.
This is kind of related, but I will say for anyone who is just like in life, if you're like with friends or whatever, you need to find someone who like just enjoys being around you while you talk about everything in the world.
Mm-hmm.
Like it was one of the most freeing things when I don't even fucking remember what I was talking about, but I was just like generally yapping about something, and I was like, oh sorry, I'm like dominating the conversation. They're like, no, it's fun to see you excited about this, and I'm like, really? Yay!
Yay! Jump like flutters my feet in a way that lifts me off the ground like Drake smelling a pie.
Yeah, it does a Yoshi kick.
That's wonderful.
Having those people in your life is very important, and also like being that for other people, like having the like openness in your heart and like understanding that okay, you might not be interested in what this person's saying, but it's gonna make their day if you like ask them follow-up questions about what the Grungler is, and oh okay, those are cool Yu-Gi-Oh cards, they're called yummies, what do they do?
Right.
Doing those sort of things, it's gonna make their day.
Right. Oh yeah, providing things that people can ask questions. Very important for holding a conversation.
Yes. Which like people it sounds so simple, which it like really is simple. But like there's so many people that don't get that. Like active listening is like not only something that like you should do to people that are nice to you, but like you should just active listen to people and like
Right. It's also
actually like
fun.
it's not performative either. Like listen to the things that they say. Like
They-
if you really like them, you're going to like the things they say.
Right.
And then if you're kind of on the border about them and they keep talking about things that you don't like or like whatever, you don't have to be that close with them. You can be like a little bit of distant friends, or you can be really close friends. Or
I
stuff like that.
remember I went on this terrible date where it was like the person just like I kept trying to ask them about stuff and they were like, "Oh, I design shoes for a living." I was like, "That's fucking cool. Tell me about that." And I like kept trying to ask them questions. They're just like, "Yeah, I just kind of like they tell me to just kind of walk around and like find things that their competitors are making and then they tell me to like copy those." I was like, "How do you feel about that?" Like just trying to like keep the conversation going because it's
Yeah.
like you have an inherently interesting topic here. Just like talk about it, please. Like
Well, also that's on them too. Like because you were doing that, actively listening and like asking for follow-up questions. They also, even if like they didn't want to talk about it, they should recognize the fact that you were at least trying, and then pivot the conversation either to you, so you can know something that you're interested in, or to something that they would prefer to talk about.
yeah.
Like it's so annoying when
It's
people like
I'm trying. I'm fucking trying. And then she was like, her pivot was like Marvel movies, which I'm very much not interested
Oh,
in.
awesome.
Yeah. And I was like,
That's
this date is maybe not going very well.
that's the thing that I've had to like throw my little snout out whenever I'm like meeting people that I like met on specific apps. I'm like, okay, how do we feel? Are we really into Harry Potter? How do we fall on that line?
I once
Uh,
I once went on a date with a trans woman that didn't know about the Harry Potter shit.
Oh, and you didn't marry her?
I,
Oh,
I
wait, Harry Potter. You mean like that it was bad?
yeah, like literally had no
Oh, I didn't
idea.
like Harry Potter at all. Okay.
I realized I was like, oh my god, I'm the weird one.
Well, no, I think it's pretty normy to understand like that Harry Potter is.
I'm
like,
not. I don't. I'm not sure. I think it's like more offline now. Like it's possible to be that offline, but it's like more people know. But I think like most people are not very aware of like how all that shit.
Yeah. I feel bad whenever I have to do that. In my, I have a group of friends which is called the White Boys that are guys I went to college with, and one of them is like a pretty much entirely offline. Like he used to be like a Republican until we like talked with him about it, and
Yeah.
then now he's not.
Classic
Um,
de-radicalization.
Talking to someone and being like, "Hey man, do you actually believe this?" And
Yeah.
he's like, I don't think so." We're like, "Okay, that's good." But whenever he like will bring up a celebrity in a joke, and then like we'll all be like, "Oh," and he's like, "Oh man," it's like I can't talk about anyone with you guys.
Darn it.
I'm like, I'm sorry. I know there's just
Right.
so many of them that are really bad, and I'm sorry to have to always break this news to you. But
Right. But dude was so excited to tell you his killer Johnny Depp joke.
oh yeah, like oh god. I also do feel bad because there's levels to it. Like
Yeah.
like we obviously we don't support Harry Potter because of J.K. Rowling and stuff. But then there's like, I mean, he knew about Diddy. Like he knows about some stuff, but he just doesn't know
Right.
about other stuff.
Right. Ugh.
I have to go move my laundry real quick.
Okay. Oy. Ugh. Oh my god. My arms are very sore from working out. I need to wait a bit before I start lifting again. I don't it's now more than ever it's important to talk to people like in real life. Talking to people online is a good way to just make yourself fucking weird. It's part of why I'm excited to like move into LA proper because my roommate is like very well connected, has a lot of like big social circles. I'm going to be able to meet a lot more people. You got to go outside. It's really important. You have to. It's social malnutrition to stay inside all the time and only interact with the world through the internet. But, Your Honor, I have studies. As do I. That's all the more important to, like, go outside and not be a monk. Like, being a monk is good for studies, but you can't do all that shit. Walk to the store, like, every day and talk to the cashier. Yeah, those cave wall shadows get to you fucking fast. Find find an activity you can do with other people at least once a week. Like, minimum, you need that. You need to talk to people about something that is not the internet. Like, especially something that if you're, like, working together with someone, you're like, I have to help these people build a house or something. Like, anything where you're cooperating with a group of people that you, like, have to get along with. I don't know. I've been kind of stepping back from Tumblr a little bit. I've been, like, posting less, browsing less, and it's been very good for me. Ugh. I want to do, like, a marathon stream, because I want my online interactions with people to be more, like, focused. It's like, okay, when I'm online, I want to be really online, and then I want to be able to just, like, put it down, you know? We should do a fucking marathon stream once I'm all settled and stuff. We'll do like a, because I'm not gonna lie, y'all, I could use the extra income for this period, but I wanna put on like a fun show for you. I don't know what we're gonna do. If you have any suggestions, go ahead and like tell me if you want to do a marathon stream. But I want to like invite people on, talk to them, maybe play a long game or something. 8-hour survival mission? I think we'd get kicked, right? Souls game back-to-back speedrun. Oh, we could do a Souls marathon. That could be fun. I haven't played the first 3 games in a long time. On-cam tarot reading. I do need to... okay, my roommate is a gallery curator, right? And part of what she does is that she's gonna, like, hire me to do tarot readings for people. So I really need to fucking... I really fucking need to practice my Rider Waite. Something tarot-themed would be fun, but also it would be fun to just, like, play all the Dark Souls games. Yeah, if you guys, like, I'm probably gonna be, like, boosting the gallery openings on Tumblr and shit, so if you guys want to, like, come meet me in person, I guess you can. Could do readings for subs. Yeah, that was kind of my thought. It would be fun. Do you guys remember a while back when Jamie helped me with the Sekiro challenge, where every time I died, I would have to, like, do a tarot reading or something? We should do that. We should do something like that again. That was a lot of fun. It's a really good way to, like, blame something else whenever you're bad at a video game. Of like, ah, shit, I died because I wasn't paying attention to the thing I'm clearly supposed to be paying attention to. Let's stay in here. That was a fun stream to watch. Yeah, it was. But the thing with that is that it also requires Jamie to have free time, and Jamie is a busy little bee. Whatever happened to making magical symbols that you were doing a year ago? I have not stopped making magical symbols. I've been making magical symbols. Bro, we've been making magical symbols. Yeah, something like that would be fun. Invite all of my stream friends on. Spend a weekend just, like, marathon in Dark Souls. Hey, thank you for the subscription. I appreciate that. You won't believe how long... You really will not believe how long you can spend making symbols. I've been having so much fun building a semantophonetic language. I'm calling it... Okay, the one I posted in the server the other night, I'm calling it pteroglyphs. As in, like, the wing script. Because all the vowels are birds. Every vowel glyph, like, on its own is a little bird. Oh, designing a tarot card with Jamie. That could be fun. But that's also not, like, a marathon thing. It would be fun to have something to, like, do with my hands. I don't know, Jamie and I have fun. Like, I have fun explaining Jamie to stuff. Grins. My beautiful ideas. I think it would be fun to bring, like, random other friends on Tumblr on stream. Like, I want to stream with Whimsy. I want to see what the fuck Whimsy is going to be like on stream. But nah, I've been having a lot of fun building a new script. I wanted to just have like a crazy huge symbol list where it's like every vowel and like every vowel God, what the fuck is it called? Vowel consonant pair is like its own unique symbol, kind of like classical Maya. I think that would be cool. Ranked competitive breast growth stream. Just injecting estrogen into myself as fast as possible. Ever thought about designing something for Amber Skies? Not really. There was a James Tarot. It was a scary tree. Yeah, but we wanted to design more. There was like a scary tree in a well or something. Yeah, like a conscript. I know what you mean. I just don't know if I'd want to do that for Amber Skies. Marathon Wilderness Survival stream. I don't know. I think like Dark Souls and Tarot sounds like a wonderful idea. We should do that. We should do that once I'm all settled in. Put Jame in the woods. I mean, that's just... We should always be doing this. Streamer, we can't communicate in English and must build up a language of magical understanding of the Warframe we're seeing from the base. I believe Warframe actually has a conscript. Like a constructed script for the Tenno. Cultist Simulator. I don't want to play Cultist Simulator. It's just my job. The game is boring. Sub-goal, buy a horse. Yeah, I'll legally adopt Sanity. Yeah, it's... Cultist Simulator is literally just like a job simulator for me. It's about being a... It's about being a broke occultist wandering around a city spending their, like, extra job money on occult texts. Like, that's my job. That's literally my fucking job. I don't want to play a job simulator. It's like being a programmer and then playing a Zachtronics game. Like, it's like, oh, I want to, like, my day job is a software developer and I want to play TIS 100. It's like, this isn't even a programming game. It's literally just programming.
Meow 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 meow
Meow
meow meow.
meow 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 meow.
True.
True.
I hate that in Discord you can never sing in unison because it's always got a little bit of delay.
I think a Dark Souls marathon would be a fun, like, sub drive. Just like, you can gift a sub, get a tarot reading. That'd be a good way for me to practice. Maybe I will organize that. CT, do you have any tips on making time every day to read more books? Go to the gym and pirate audiobooks. That is how I've been reading so much.
I'm also very pro audiobook.
Yes. Audiobooks.
Even if you have like a desk office job or something, or even if you have like a manual labor job and stuff, like usually they'll allow you to have like music on or something. Just listen to audiobooks. The only difficulty with that is like if you're actively working, I can't like fully parse the concept of the stuff of an audiobook and like make it like the full mindscape in my brain while I'm also working. So it's usually just during downtime, but it's very good.
May, you read a lot of audiobooks on the job. May, what are you doing these days?
Audiobooks.
I assume that May just kind of like is like a professional like ritual person or something. Like, I just kind of assume that you're some kind of priest.
What's the funniest version of that in the modern day? Like one of those, like being a gas station attendant in New Jersey, where they have to pump your gas for you. Legally.
Professional scribe, a budget analyst. Yeah. That makes sense. That's a great audiobook job. I do not have a good audiobook job because I have to read like books that are not audiobooks. But whenever I'm like working out or doing chores, I've got an audiobook on. I'm almost finished with Ulysses. I'm about 70% of the way through it. It's better than every other modernist book by like a large margin. Like a noticeable large margin.
I need to get back into book. I was on a little streak, on a little pervert streak. I read like 8 books, or listened to 8 books in like 2 months, and then I just have kind of gotten out of it. Turns out one of the most, like, if you're ever looking for encouragement to read a book, if you go to the sex club, and there are people that are like, I want to role play a scene from this book, you'll read the book really quickly. You'll read the book basically in one night.
Right. Furiously jerking off the whole time.
No, that's the thing. Is like it's a non-sexual,
Furiously
book.
jerking off the whole time.
Okay. Well, I mean, you can't do that before the scene starts. You're gonna be all tuckered out, little buddy. You just gotta be edging.
You can edge.
You can edge.
You can edge. Nah, Joyce really is like very good at this whole writing shit. Like, I'm not entirely sure what's going on in Ulysses. It's told like seemingly non-linearly, and it seems to take place on a single day. But it's like several different interlocking stories, and I'm not entirely sure how they fit together quite yet. But it's fun. It's fun so far. Joyce really likes doing this thing where there's like 3 characters trying to have a serious conversation, and then one of them is like not picking up on the vibes and is like trying to tell everyone else a riddle. Ooh. There's a great scene early on where like 3 guys are hanging out, and they're like, I think they're talking about trying to cover, they're like part of a magazine, and they're like trying to figure out how to cover some politically contentious topic. Meanwhile, the editor of the magazine is like, are you ready for my riddle? Are you ready for my riddle yet? And then they keep interrupting him, and he's just like, what play is most like a railroad?
That guy's me. That guy is me at work.
That is how it feels.
That's like when you have friends. Oh god, it's like when you like join a call and you're like, oh, my friends are in here, let's have a good time, and they're like talking about like, yeah, man, I just got laid off. And
yeah.
Exploded, and you're like, what's up, freaks? How's it going?
The funniest is when you come in a little too hot, where you're just like, penis, and they're like, yeah, man, my grandma just died. Like,
hey, man, how's it going? So as I was saying, like all my dogs like.
Yeah, Chimera undying. So James Joyce invented the meat planet dynamic.
There's always one Riddleman in the meat planet dynamic.
There's also like
and 2 people talking about their dog's legs going away.
There's another scene later where it's like 3 guys are hanging out, I think after a funeral, I'm not entirely sure. But it's like they're all hanging out, and one of them refers to his penis in some quirky way, or like someone's penis, where it's like some guy got in trouble, like his wife divorced him because he was fucking around, and he referred to his dick as the one-armed adulterer. And then one of the other, like, the conversation kept going, and then one of the characters just like puts his hand on his shoulder and is like, dude, one-armed adulterer? That's so fucking funny, dude. Oh my god. And then the conversation moves on, and he's like, dude, you should like write that down. Like, one-armed adulterer, like, genuinely, you should like use that in something.
That's so this person like predicted how like all adult animation, like funny adult animation, is like scripted.
Yeah.
For, like many years in the past.
Hey, that was funny.
funny.
Yeah, the obligatory morning fart comic.
Because I don't what's it called? I don't like laugh if something's really funny, but like people will be talking and the joke will be passed, and I'm like, everyone stop. We have to draw attention to that joke because I appreciate it a lot. I need more of that. Continue.
The funniest part is like there's a guy who's like one of the characters, like one of the POV characters, is like kind of a British nationalist, I think, or he's like Irish, but he's like not really into the whole Irish independence thing. And at a certain point, he gets into like an argument in a bar with a bunch of like Irish independence people. And he gets so mad that he just kind of forgets what he's saying. And to try and make a point, he stands up and shouts, "3 cheers for Israel!" and realizes that what he just said is really embarrassing. And then he just kind of peters off.
I cannot read this book because that is like that. Doing that is exactly what I fear whenever I go out.
It's
public.
literally
Like,
my worst nightmare. Like,
yeah. I like will get in my car to drive somewhere, and I'm like, I'm gonna be fine. I just need to not like pull the pants down on some guy I'm sitting next to in the grocery store and be like, actually, ISIS was really
like it's like I think the context of the scene is that he thought he was really slam dunking the argument there or something. Like he thought he was really winning there, and it just does not land.
That sounds like a lot of like old British like comedy sketch shows. Where,
Oh,
like,
okay.
builds
Leopold
up and,
Bloom
like,
is
that's the
not
punchline.
an Irish nationalist because they were super Catholic and he's Jewish. Okay. I haven't finished the book yet, and it's really hard to tell what's going on. Be nice to me. Be nice to me. Be nice to me.
Well, it doesn't matter what's true and what's not. I got to imagine what you said, and it's very funny.
Yay.
Yay.
But no, he has like such a great understanding of like social awkwardness in a way that is very funny. Then the next chapter is, I believe it's Leopold like jerking off to a young woman upskirting herself during a fireworks display. And it's one of the best chapters in the book. It's awesome.
Interesting. Is she doing it intentionally? Does
Yes,
she know he's
she
jerking
is
off?
doing
Okay,
it
thank
intentionally in a really interesting and emotionally complex way.
God. Aw. Shows you my pussy, but in an emotionally nuanced way.
Yeah, literally, what book are you reading, CT? James Joyce's Ulysses. Yeah, Leopold Bloom is like a pervert. He just kind of walks around like jerking off in his pocket.
See, that's real pervert tech that I don't think I could ever. I don't think I'd ever get into that. I feel like if I'm ever in a situation where I'm gonna be jerking off in front of the people, they should be fully appraised.
A lot of the Leopold chapters are basically just kind of like him walking around Dublin, and you see his just like his internal monologue while he jerks off in his pocket, like idly, like not really to anything in general. He's just kind of like taking in the scenery and like idly jerking off to concepts and ideas.
Oh wow, he's a real brain genius.
Yeah, it's a very female way to jerk off, in my opinion.
Interesting. Speak more on that.
So, like, okay. It's generally I thought this was just like a stereotype that like, oh, men are more like visually stimulated and women are more like they're turned on by like concepts and situations and ideas and lore. But like straight up, ever since starting estrogen, like the concepts and situations are hitting, buddy. Like,
Yeah.
it totally makes sense to me. I was like, oh, it is like lore and concepts and narrative are like actually significantly more attractive to me now, like significantly more arousing, which I was not expecting. That was very interesting, and it's very prominent for me. I don't know if that's true for any other like trans femmes, but it's very noticeable for me.
I've heard very similar things when I read Whipping Girl.
Yeah.
There's multiple different chapters that are just on like changes to sex drive and the sort.
Yup. Beast bereft of mercy. First time chat, it's true. Up top, girl.
That's a scary name.
Yeah, Beast bereft of mercy was like, I know what the fuck I'm about. I need to add to this.
If they said no, that wasn't true, I would apologize on your behalf, just because of that name.
Well, I did
that's a
qualify.
terrifying
I
name.
qualified by saying like this is just how it fucking worked for me.
Yeah. Well, no, everyone's different.
Yeah.
And also it also depends like on your mix and how you are doing uptake, because
Yup.
stuff like Planned Parenthood, they want you on, what is it, 2 milligrams of estrogen orally, and then like 50 milligrams of spironolactone, which
Hmm.
from what I understand, many people are not a fan of that. um
Yeah, I don't know.
yeah.
I'm probably just gonna get a new clinic and then ask for injections. Mm. Joyce is also one of the
Good.
few authors who could write women really well. It's like shocking how good, like, for as much of a pervert as he is, it's like shocking how good the women in Ulysses are. Like, genuinely, like, ridiculously complex insights into women. Like, has clearly put a ton of thought and attention into their, like, inner lives. Like, shockingly skilled depictions of, like literally in that same chapter where Leopold is like jerking off to some woman upskirting, she's like, they spend the first like quarter of that chapter like in the girl's mind, and she's like 17 and kind of fat and has this like, has all these ideas about like the type of like wanting to be an adult and being on that like, being on that cusp of like wanting sexual attention from people but also not really, and like it's genuinely like an amazing peek into the mind of a character who's like just stepping into adulthood and like was in just the right mindset to like give some old weirdo like an upskirt during a fireworks display. Like, it's genuinely incredible. It sounds like if literally any other writer tried to do this, I'd be like, what the fuck is this? But Joyce pulls it off like seamlessly. It's fucking crazy.
It
He
does sound sort of nuanced.
he truly is the thoughtful pervert. I'm excited to see where all of this is going. I want to finish Ulysses real bad.
One has to imagine climax.
Yes, there, you see, Sanity, the fireworks were actually a metaphor.
Oh, get that out of here.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
one of those guys that thinks the curtains were blue just because they were blue.
We talking about?
Have you met those people?
Uh, I mean, I'm sure I have. I just don't like end up having long conversations with them. I love symbolism and metaphors.
It's annoying whenever you talk to them about stuff, because they're just like, yeah, that's not the case. And you're like, no, you can't just keep saying no. You have to engage with the work at some point at a deeper level if I'm gonna respect anything that you have to say.
Right, right. And it's just like, it's a fun thing to bullshit about. Like, what, you don't want to just
Yeah.
like bullshit about symbolism? It's like one of the most fun parts about being a writer is bullshitting about symbolism.
Make up things in your mind and have fun with them. That's the whole point of everything.
Right. So just like play ideas with me. Come on.
Yeah. Let's get theming in here, bitch.
It's also like, it's also important to like, okay, am I making this piece of work better than it actually is? Right? That's one of the most interesting things to me. I think that happens a lot with Infinite Jest.
Like, it's bad, but you're reading more into it than what was initially thought, because the first person that wrote it was not
It's
thinking that deep.
it's just like, it's so long and so much happens in it that it's so easy to like find something to latch onto. It's literally like the Homestuck of modernist literature.
I
Like,
see.
it's not good per se, but just so much shit happens in it that your brain will inevitably make connections.
That's also the reason why like 3-hour-long movies are like inherently good. I attribute it to like at some point it's the Stockholm syndrome. Like you've just been around this thing for 3 hours. It can't be like abysmal. Like if you force yourself to sit through this long, you found something that you can relate
Right.
to.
If you didn't leave, surely there's
Yeah.
something going on it.
Right. Who is the Vriska of Ulysses? CT?
I don't know. I haven't read Homestuck.
I also haven't read Homestuck. I had a friend who was talking to me, and they just assumed that I had read all of Homestuck. And I was like, no. And they're like, oh. And I was like, are you going to say you should read it?
Yeah, are
And
you
they're
about to
like,
tell me I should?
and they're like, I'm not going to tell you that. And I was
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
okay.
Thank you. I have similar
Um,
feelings towards Infinite Jest. I was like, this is interesting to read, but I would never recommend this to someone. It was not like an enjoyable experience, and it really wasn't worth the amount of time and effort that I had to put into it.
Oh, fuck! What did I?
It is one of the most fun books to criticize, though.
Yeah.
I think because it tries so many very interesting things and then kind of fails at all of them in interesting ways.
I forgot what I was reading recently, but it was something along those lines of like, I enjoyed it, but it was long, and I wouldn't recommend anyone else sits through it. I don't remember what it was. It might have been like the first part of the Tainted Cup, which is like one of the only like actual capital B books I've read recently. No, actually,
Why was the cup tainted?
Actually, it's interesting. I realized this like 2 days ago. There's been 2 like books in each of the things, and it's a mystery novel, but it's like kind of ends up being in a couple different parts. So like the Tainted Cup book 1 opens up in like there's been a murder, but this guy has been like killed in such a weird way. It looks like bamboo shoots just like grew out of his heart and like skewered him in this room.
Cool.
And like that shouldn't be possible or a thing that can happen. And then like as time goes like on and on, the like one of like the reasons, like you solve that mystery and then you're like, wait, but like then where did this guy get this? And then you go into the next mystery, and then where did this guy get this? And then you solve the third mystery, and that's like, oh, that's got why that guy was in that room, and all that sort of stuff happened. But the Tainted Cup, like a like poisoned cup, is a thing that like repeats in all of the books, at least so far. No, the book I was thinking of was the Goblin Emperor.
Oh,
that was the one that I was reading for
the Orca Boyar.
do you want to hear the funniest thing about the Goblin Emperor?
Yes, I do.
The Goblin Emperor he rules over the elf lands, the nation.
Well, that doesn't make sense.
So that's the whole point.
Wow, knocking off points already. Jeez.
The Goblin Emperor is it's also the funniest fucking book to summarize like the beginning of it. The elf emperor, his like his entire extended family and his like 5 heirs are on like a blimp that explodes. And and then
the Hindenburg happens to a bunch of elf princes.
No, legitimately, they're like it got like firebombed by they don't know what happened, but like, and it not only was him, it was like everyone in his like lineage was on that blimp because they were going to, like, or something. So there is like his like 7th son or something is half goblin because the elf. This sounds dog shit. I promise you, it's better than what I'm saying. It's the funniest thing like when you listen to it. The emperor at one point married a goblin woman and like had to have sex with her to like make the marriage consummate the marriage. And she got pregnant and had a kid, and he hated the kid because the kid was like a goblin, but also he hated the woman. And then he like sent the kid off. He sent the kid off just to go like live somewhere with like some other person. But now that kid is the only surviving heir. So like this like half goblin, like technically a noble, but like a kid who just like was raised noble by, basically, yeah. Like, well, he's a official, whatever the term is. Okay. Like, that was a legitimate wedding and like a legitimate marriage.
He's legit.
He is legit. But he this happens, and but he's like sent off to go live in like the woods in like a mansion with like him, the guy that's there to care for him, like 2 maids and a teacher. And that's like the entirety of his world. He's like 15 or 16 or something. And then like a page comes, it's like, hey, you're like now the emperor of like a I don't know, like a 2 million person empire or something in like fantasy times.
Right.
So he then like has to go to the capital, and the entire book is just like court intrigue and like politicking, and like this guy not understanding like, you know, the reason why things happen. It's also, at the end of it, I was like, I think this might be like a kid book.
Right.
Because
this is sounding a little bit like a baby book.
Well, but like there's a lot of big words, in it. And also there's no like, in all the kiddie books you have like action scenes and stuff. nothing fucking happens until like 90% of the way through the book. And it's all about like protocol and like the reason why I think it's a kiddie book is because they're like, he's like, so what about the servants, do they eat? And they're like, well, you know, they eat whatever. He's like, well, I think the servants should get food. And they're like, emperor, you can't say things like that, that's blasphemy. And he's like, well, I think it's wrong that people can't eat food. And then that's the thing, everyone's like, we got to kill this guy, he's trying to let people eat food, that's insane.
He's too based. He's too nice.
Yeah, he's too nice to understand this whole this world.
This sounds kind of lame.
It I it's reading it, maybe it's because I don't read that much.
What if Bashar al-Assad was half goblin?
I don't know who that is.
He was the dictator of Iran for a little bit.
Okay, well, listen, the Goblin Emperor, he's a good guy, and no, it's like it's kind
Syria. Fuck.
I mean,
God damn it. You're right.
it goes through like his interactions with everything and like how he views the world, and talks about like trauma, talks about like you know, manipulation and all this stuff. It's also just like a lot of world building too. Like it's the only like book in that specific thing, but like half the book is just like, this is how the world works, and it's very interesting.
Isn't Assad like? Isn't Bashar al-Assad like working as a dentist in Russia now? Like he just like went back to being a dentist.
I think you told me that. I think we were talking about this a while ago, and you were like, yeah, that guy's just a dentist now.
Yeah,
like,
yeah.
What?
I need to take my jacket off. Hang on.
Okay. Do not let your tummy show. We will know.
Ordis wonders, why is he here? Ordis supposes
He was an ophthalmologist. I thought he died in a plane crash.
Ophthalmologist.
I don't think he died in a plane crash.
I don't think he died in a plane crash. I thought he was still alive.
I wouldn't be surprised if he died in a plane crash, but I don't think he did.
Oh yeah. That's the guy that. Wait. Am I confusing him and Prigozhin?
Oh, Prigozhin, did he die in a plane crash? I know he died, but I thought it wasn't a plane crash.
Serious? Bashar al-Assad still alive? What to do?
Prigozhin did die in a plane crash.
Yeah. Plane crash, quote unquote. Yeah.
That was a crazy like event and shit that happened. Like that whole like run was insane. That
was
wacky guy.
In like 50 years, I really want to see the released papers from that entire period. That's fucking crazy.
Yeah. Assad was born on 9/11 and he's still alive. What? He was not born on 9/11/2001. He's not he's not what?
That's
what
a rough 27, dog.
Yeah, he's not 25 years old. I don't believe you. No, in the 60s, there wasn't a 1960s 9/11. It was just, if you could just say September 11th. It wasn't 9/11 yet. That was a specific event.
Yeah, there was a period where people on Tumblr were posting like, hey, you do not have to hand it to Yevgeny Prigozhin if he takes over Russia, because he's just as bad as Putin.
Yeah. Well, I mean, yeah.
It's like, yeah, he runs a mercenary company. He like runs a Russian Blackwater type thing.
Yeah, he's not a good guy. That was the other thing about, what was it, like Argentina or whatever.
Yeah.
I just saw one post that's like, hey guys, there's a lot of things happening right now. But just because something really bad happened, does not mean that the people that are on the other side of the bad thing that happened, like, it doesn't make them all automatically like angels and stuff.
Right.
The situation is nuanced to an amount that it can be, and you don't know everything about it. And I was like, okay, I'm not gonna post right now.
Yeah. Do not blorboify politicians.
Except for Pete Buttigieg. You have to blorboify Pete Buttigieg.
And Jeb.
I was talking to the former conservative white boy, and he was like, yeah, so like who's the new like big woke politician that like on the left everyone loves? And I'm like, no one.
Yeah,
like,
literally no one.
No one has. He's like, what about Pete Buttigieg? I'm like, little homie gay ass. They're not shooting for him, man.
No, no. He's nothing.
Yeah.
It's like people like Mamdani, but he's mayor. He's not like even running for like a bigger office than that. He's got to be
Yeah.
mayor.
He's
All
got
right.
he's got to be the money mayor.
Ladies and gentlemen, I think this is going to be our stream for today. I will catch you next week. We're going to bring this back and potentially even some other day next week. I kind of want to stream twice a week. I think it will be fun.
Ooh, it could be fun.
Yeah, it could literally be fun and toys and games. Here, let me see if anyone's live.
Bernie Sanders is live. Bernie _ Sanders is live.
I'm not going to raid Bernie _ Sanders.
CT, Bernie Sanders is live.
If
you were curious.
I don't remember the raid command.
/raid space.
Okay. Trog is live. Go play with Trog.
Aw. I almost said go. Yeah, go smile with Trog. That's a good phrase to use.
/raid space. Is that it?
Yeah, /raid space TR0G.
All right. Go have fun. Good night, everybody. Bye.